Welcome to the en route section of the podcast. There we go. As you can see, we are all here in support of Movember for Bradford's. They're still trying to raise money, and we will put a link somewhere. As you can see, even look at that. That is the longest my facial hair has ever been. So
Mustache.
Buzzing. Must ask you a question, Preston. How are you feeling about today's game?
Well, actually, I'm feeling great for it.
Great.
Yeah.
Feeling good, looking great.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
Are you, Arlo?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want to hear from our goalkeeper. So this is Arlo's first time on the pod. Welcome along, buddy. Keen as mustard, aren't you, today?
Yeah.
Nice. We've had a little journey up because Arlo's mum has got the other two kids, and she needed to send him up with someone else today, so he's decided to come along with us. He's got no parents on the sideline to tell him what to do, so I'm the one that gets to shout at him all day. We love it, don't we? Gonna go for a team Mackies after, win, lose or draw, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but with that in mind, what do we think? What sort of result are we hoping for today?
We're hoping for a win.
Yeah.
We're hoping for our first.
Our first win in the Severn Valley.
I definitely agree.
Yeah,
Wait, is
we
this
all
a
want to.
Severn Valley match? Or
Yeah,
we
it's a
just
league match
championship?
today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're hoping for a win, but what really matters is the performance today. And we've got a bare 7, haven't we? So it means a lot of work for everybody today. I keep looking at my tash. It means a lot of work for everybody today, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. We're going to play our same formation that we played against Long Levens Lions, but we're not giving too much away to our opponents today, which is Cashers Green Foxes. Never played them, never been this far up. I don't know if these are further than Mitchenhampton or not. It felt like a long journey, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Although we shaved a little bit of time off, miraculously. And we've made the trip up here. We're going to go in. I think we'll go and say hello to everybody, and we can have a little kick around ourselves then, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'd love to have one.
We do kick around.
Feels like I haven't had any, even though we just
We
had one.
just had training last night. Yeah. And we had additional training realistically because there were so few of us. So you boys got like one-to-one sessions. Technically, definitely. Yeah.
We only have 5.
Right, so from us, before the game, oh god, my hand just started shaking. No, not that one, this one. It's because it's on my... Okay, it's a big up the blues from me.
And big up the world.
And a big up the wall. Yes, boys, here we go. Welcome back to the off-route section of the pod. Got it there, didn't I?
Not
Yeah. Featuring a pint, because I need one after that. It wasn't the game we expected, was it? No. Very physical opposition, weren't they?
Yeah, they were
very
strong.
physical.
Very
They
physical.
were strong.
So I'm going to start with Arlo because he's our little guest today and our keeper.
Yeah.
How did you find it, mate?
I found it pretty hard.
Yeah.
At the start where we had, was it 2 or 3 defenders?
We had 3 at the back to begin with, yeah.
It didn't really work out that well.
No.
Even though there was much defenders.
Saying that's the manager's fault, is it?
The manager's.
Righto.
And then in the end, it was just me and Kobe at the back. It was chaos.
Was chaos. So what we did, we started with a formation that we played 2 weeks ago because it worked really well for us then against Long Levens Lions. We had 3 at the back and 3 forward. Slightly different personnel. And it didn't quite work today because they were quite, like I say, physical side. And once they got the ball forward, they had kind of 4 on 3.
Yeah.
But they did kind of bulldoze their way through a bit. And we had a bit of a foothold.
One of their players was just bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang.
We had a bit of a foothold at the beginning, but unfortunately when we conceded 2 quite quick goals.
Wasn't great.
Fairly late on into the first quarter, I think. And then... Yeah, it was late on into the first quarter, and it wasn't until the second quarter we conceded another 3, but we managed to score one ourselves.
Yeah.
Made a big difference. And yeah, that was that. But so, like, from your perspective, then we changed it, didn't we, after the first quarter? And we went with 2 at the back, being Kobe and Arthur, who were usually like a centre half partnership of ours. Then we had little George in midfield. Again, because it was such a physical side, that's probably on me again. But it didn't matter who I put there; they were going to get kicked about a bit, weren't they?
Yeah, I got kicked about.
yeah.
We had some battles, some of our players did.
Real battles today, yeah, real battles. And yeah, then we had 3 forwards from that. But we had the bare 7, so we couldn't really freshen it up. And from your point of view, Preston, how was it for you?
It was quite tough. You're right about them being physical, and I just think that we could have tried a bit harder.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, like, some of them, it was the first game back for one of the lads for 6 weeks, so it's quite daunting. Like I said, we're in a tough league, although this team was probably the closest to, like, our ability. And I mean, football-wise, we can play the football, but we couldn't play our game because it was very stop-start. I've never seen so many free kicks in a kids' game.
Know.
So many weren't there,
Yeah.
and most, in fact, all of them for us. I don't think they had a free kick.
The ref was quite.
He was very fair. So Neil, their coach, fair play, mate, really, really impressed with that. Actually, I think he refed it very well, all things considered. He could have been much more biased if he wanted to, but he wasn't.
Well, I wouldn't have minded.
No, just so we can show it. Unfortunately, we're watching Broadwell seconds, and unfortunately they've just conceded. They're against
One of our
Westbury, I think.
One of our coaches is in that team.
Yeah, he is. Josh is in that team. He's playing under number 10. Well, he's playing in the number 10 shirt, but I don't quite know where he's playing position.
He's not a 10-year-old.
He's not playing right wing. It's almost like he's a right side centre midfielder.
I think he's like a midfielder.
Yeah. But all in all, what I gotta say is it was the same sort of thing. We had the boys really battled all the way to the end, including this young man who
Unfortunately, I got man of the match.
he got man. So that's a big one for me. I never give Preston man of the match myself. It's only if another coach has done it.
It's a hard decision.
It's a hard decision for me because I know that you're always going to face a bit of flack from the parents. Blah, blah, blah. But actually, today nobody could argue it. I thought you had a great game, really, really strong. And yeah, everyone agreed, including all the other kids, which is massive, isn't it? Kobe called it before I'd even said it, didn't he?
Yeah, I heard him.
God, I might have to put my pint down and use my other hand a minute because here we go. Whilst we got that, big shout out to our sponsor Guy White, who we may see here later or at some point today. He does normally make an appearance down here.
Where's my Go Right sponsor?
Oh, you're gonna have to go right down.
Yeah, right off. Here you go, lads.
But yeah, it was quite a tough day at the office because, like I say, we could have played the football to win that, but can I go further out with that? There you go. Yeah, we could have played the football to win it, but it wasn't our game with the way it was stop start and really physical. But the boys battled all the way to the end. There was no moaning. There was no arms flying around in the air. It was every one of them battled, and for the first time I saw some real fight from a couple of them. This one included. At the end, it definitely should have been a penalty.
Yeah, the
You
ref
did
was just
definitely
kind.
wipe one of them out, but I think he had seen their player boot you, and I think he was just being very fair. Again, very well refed. That signals half time there, which signals full time for Arlo because we are taking him back at half time, and me and Preston need to go and get showered and warm so we can come here for the fireworks. Well, if we're quick, we can get Arlo home, get showered and go. Anyway, we don't need that on the pod. So boys, can we have an Up the Blues? It's an Up the Blues from me, and it's a
Blues from us.
and an Up the
Up the wow.
Up the Wow. Nice.